All right, CARES Act 2. The second CARES Act, when is it going to be passed? This is a May 5th update for you, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo from LALATE. As always, subscribe and like below. All right, let's get to it. For the first time on this channel, we're answering your questions. So if you have questions on the CARES Act, drop them in the comments below, and we will get back to you with answers tomorrow in tomorrow's update. All right, CARES Act, a lot of big developments today. Both on a legal standpoint about what they need in the CARES Act and what members of Congress feel are at issue that was missed in CARES 1 or not provided in enough benefit. When you think of CARES Act 2, the first thing you always think about is second stimulus check. How much is that second stimulus check? When is it going to come? A lot of you have dropped in the comments that there needs to be relief for everyone, not just relief for big business, not just relief for middle business. I'll certainly add that there needs to be relief for cities and municipalities and states because they're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. I don't know about you, but at least here in Los Angeles, I saw cops out driving in sort of a trap mode today like I have never seen in the middle of the day. You know why? Because they haven't had DUIs to give tickets out, to get $3,000 DUI tickets out. They haven't been able to make money as a police organization. And they don't want to say it, but they are trying to make money. And so let's turn to questions right away before we get to some new updates on CARES Act. Tommy says, who will be receiving the money? Because I don't know anyone who's getting this money. Is it being funneled into a bank by the already rich? Great question, Tommy. You know, the problem with CARES Act 1 and the reason why this channel exists, is we're on day 8, is that a lot of these programs came out. No one told anyone about the programs, and they were closed within 2 weeks. I personally never even heard about the EIDL grant. We've done 9 videos about it now, but I didn't know about it until I was told from someone on an IG chat one day live in early April. You know, on Monday, another thing came out. Did you know it? I didn't know it. It was an and then yet there was misreporting on it. It was an EIDL loan for agricultural businesses. But these things come out for a very short period of time, and they're gone within 14 days. The funds are used up that quickly. The point is the following. People are getting this money, but a lot of people who need the money aren't being told about it. And unless they subscribe to a channel like this, or they have a lot of followers on Twitter, you know, I have 250,000 followers at LALATE, or, you know, they're in chat rooms or on Reddit or on Facebook and Facebook groups, you don't know something's happening until it's already happened. So a lot of people did get money. They didn't get the type of money they wanted. A lot of people didn't get the SBA loan. SBA loan, not the grant, but the loan, which is a great loan. It was it was decades old, decades loan of maturity, way out into the future with a low interest rate. It was uncollateralized. It was great for a lot of businesses. A lot of people didn't get it. All right, Steven says, they keep on sending money to businesses and not to people. That's not helping the people. All the individual people need that. Individual people are the ones who need the help. I have no idea how many people think sending lots of money to businesses and a little money to the people for the first stimulus check would help anyone. It's the people that must be able to buy from the business in the first place. If the people don't have the money to buy from the business, then how do they help the businesses? He's exactly right. Steven's exactly right. You know what's even more apparent? Consumer confidence is consumer confidence. It's not business confidence. The reason why the economy has done so well in the last 12 months is because of your confidence as a consumer. It's not because the businesses are feeling confident. If you as a consumer are unsecure, or uncomfortable with the current state of what's going on around you, you will not buy. If you don't have the funds to buy, you will not buy. If you're worried that you have the funds, but the funds will be diluted because you're unhappy about what's on the horizon, you won't buy. That consumer confidence will fall. And as consumer confidence falls, stocks fall, and businesses start to have less value. And as businesses have less value, they can loan less. And as businesses can loan less, they can do less with their operations. It all starts with you. And Stephen is correct. Businesses have to understand that individuals need their ability of livelihood. And Stephen is exactly correct. AZ Madam says, great video. Well, thank you, AZ. All right, let's turn to a new article that came out today. And I found this quite fascinating. It states that one university, SDSU, will now be able to provide more benefits, financial relief, thanks to the CARES Act. More higher educational institutions, namely colleges, will be able to offer additional aid to students impacted by the pandemic than ever before. Michaela Ellis said, CARES Act funding is something that will be greatly impact a number of our students at SDSU, and we're very fortunate to be able to have that tool at our disposal. But what should be the concern? I mean, we're talking about CARES Act, and it's you, it's your children, it's it's your parents. Some lawmakers and activists have been arguing that the CARES Act should have been extended much longer. When Nancy Pelosi was talking about the CARES Act in early April, she was talking about the benefits extending. Let's talk about those benefits. Unemployment benefits currently are really one of the biggest securities you have. But they only qualify for some of you. If they qualify for some of you, if you've lost your job because of the pandemic or your hours have been reduced because of the pandemic. And by July, those may be gone. The current CARES Act gives you $600 additional per week, which is sort of like a second stimulus check, through July. But what happens in July? Nancy Pelosi suggested we need to continue this through September. The new medical evidence coming out today and yesterday is that the CDC expects a second wave. They expect 200,000 new cases of coronavirus per day compared to 20,000 currently, and a surge to 3,000 deaths in the United States. These are all U.S. numbers per day as early as June. And now some health officials are warning that this can come as early as late May. It's that type of data that suggests we need CARES Act data right away. Finally, a new lawsuit has been filed in Maryland by the Institute for Constitutional Advocacy and Protection at Georgetown University, along with CASA, claiming that some children were excluded from the first CARES Act package. We have been talking about this. The second CARES Act needs to not only pay you that got more money in the first round, more money, but it also needs to pay people who were lost in the first round. Lost were dependents. People who appeared as dependents on individuals' returns, other individuals' returns. People 18 years of old or younger. People who made a certain amount of money or older. There's some indication still that some people have not gotten their first CARES check. They've not gotten their first stimulus check, and there's no mechanism to really know where it is. There's a website, we have cited it on this channel before, that you can track where your first CARES check is. And you can put in, we've given you an article that indicates, how to correct problems if you don't know why it wasn't sent. But, this is the federal government. Why can't you build a website? Why can't you build a website to make sure you can track people's second stimulus check with a social security number? It's as simple as that. Type in a social security number and make sure the data is correct. Moreover, why doesn't the American public set up a system in which they can go in, they can link their bank account, they can route the second stimulus check right into their bank account? Why don't we do it that way? This minutia of everyone guessing where a first stimulus check is and then hoping a second stimulus check comes is just not helping anyone. A lot of stuff today. This is day 8 of this channel. Comment as always. Drop your comments. We'll answer them tomorrow. A lot of stuff today. EIDL loan, EIDL grant, PUA, and this. As always, stay with LA for more.